Good morning and happy Monday. It's time for another shibashi set. So for your Monday morning exercise, I'm here doing mine and hopefully we'll get a few people to join me. Hot off the press, I think I told you 3 or 4 weeks ago that I'd ordered a couple of new pairs of trousers. Well, they have arrived and I'm sporting a pair today. So these trousers are from Lucy Lockets and she's on Facebook. You can find her all over the internet. They're absolutely fantastic. So the ones I'm wearing, I'll just double check on the paperwork. They're called Painted Neon and this is from her loungewear. So it's not as high performance as the actual active leggings she does, but the loungewear is I think they're usually £20 a pair, and if you're lucky and you can get them in your size in the sale pieces, then I picked mine up for £10 a pair. So I've got 2 pairs of these Painted Neon. They're really funky and absolutely perfect for Tai Chi. So I'm not getting paid anything to say this, I just love these trousers. They're triple brushed cotton, so they're really silky soft. So I don't know whether they're cotton. The triple brush is probably a mix because it's got the stretch in it. And they have these laces at the sides, which means you can adjust the length on them. Now, these are really good, but they're not so great when you've got chickens, as I found out when I wore them outside the bungalow. And I had a chicken on one end and a chicken on the other end, and they were pulling them like this, like it was a pair of worms. I think because I don't know if you know or not, but most people I think are aware that birds see the UV colours a lot brighter and glowing compared to us, and I think this white of the cord probably looked really like ultraviolet to the hens, and they got one on each side and were pulling and pulling and pulling. So not so good with hens, but for anyone without hens, these are really good. Getting the festival vibe going today because it's festival weather. Although there aren't going to be any on, there's no excuse. We can still have a bit of a dress up at home, put a bit of bling on, get the feathers out, whack some festival music on, enjoy the sunshine. So hi, we've got a few people. We've got Kathy, brilliant, not off getting plants today. Auntie Carrie, hi. Jane. We've got 2 Janes. We've got Jane the Tog and Jane up in Holcombe. Hello to both Janes. Morning, Steph. And morning, Jean. Hello. So that's a good few people. We're not going to go too mad today. We'll do a similar class to I did on Thursday night, I think, which is we'll do the warm-up and then we will do a kind of 8 breath shibashi set, so a little bit longer than the usual set. And just talk a little bit through that. So nothing too hectic, nothing that you should need to stop for a cup of tea in the middle of. You should be able to manage it all in one hit, hopefully. So yeah, Lucy Lockets, if you want to check them out for some really funky prints and colours, they are fantastic. Not enough mud for a festival. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure, Jane, that with a hose pipe and a little bit of soil in your garden, you could create a mud bath. That would actually make some fun photos. I'd like to see you and Tony rocking the festival vibe in the garden. Now your daughter's not camping out anymore. Hi, Nat. Now, Nat, you are going to love this website. So Lucy Lockets, go on it because I know you like your funky prints. Definitely recommend them. Try and get some of the sale pieces. Anyone who knows me that well knows I don't pay full price for anything if I can help it. So yeah, really good, very impressed. And yeah, at least I'll hear your chat. Yes, yeah, we'll try and do a bit of chat because I know people are still stuck at home and a bit lonely, and you might not see that many people at all. We're still working from home, but we do that anyway, to be honest. Main thing I'm missing is my hairdresser. Missing him more and more as each week goes on, but I am deliberately not reaching for the dye so that we can change the colour to celebrate coming out of this CV pandemic. So yeah, once we're allowed to move out again, this is gonna go quite funky as a bit of a celebration. Okay, so right, we're going to start with a warm-up and then I'll come back and see who's with us. So standing, feet facing forwards, about hip bone distance apart. And we're just gonna take a couple of long breaths in and out, slightly soften at the knees. If you can, get that pelvis very slightly tilting backwards. Keep the spine nice and straight, the head's balanced straight on the top of the spine. We're just going to move the head from right to left. So keeping the head straight, following round with your eyes, arms nice and relaxed to the side, stretching out as far around as you can comfortably go. You might go a lot further to one side than you can manage to the other. Then drop the chin. We're going to rotate through from one side, back through the centre, dropping the chin to the chest and up to the other side. So really stretching out that neck. Going to start the week with some exercise. It's going to boost our immune system. It's going to release those endorphins that make us feel happier, shift the depression, get us motivated. And then bringing the head back to centre. I'm going to keep the head fixed still and just move those eyes. So we're going to look up, down, right and left. Up, down, right and left. And really swing those eyeballs, especially to the left and the right. Up, down, right and left. Up, down, right and left. Tense those shoulders up and let them drop. Tense them right up to the ears, let them drop. One more, bringing the shoulders up and down. Then we'll do one shoulder up and down, other shoulder up and down. Tensing it up, dropping the shoulder, and the other one, dropping the shoulder. Then we're going to take the right arm, circling it forwards, whole arm circling forwards, with as much range as you've got, so don't force this. Go to wherever's comfortable. Then taking it back round, nice big arm movement, circling that arm round. And then changing arms, so circling full arm forward. And taking it back. And then hands into the front of the shoulder blades. We're going to do the same, but circling the elbow forwards and around. Leading the way with the elbow and then taking it back. And changing arms, elbow coming forward and around. Getting those shoulders moving today. And taking the elbow back. And dropping the arms, we're going to swing them around the torso, bringing the hand up to tap the front of the shoulder. So a really good swing, let the momentum of the arm really go, so you're nice and floppy through the arms, just bringing that hand up, tapping the front of the shoulders. Then we're going to stretch to the side, so we're stretching both sides up, reaching up with the right arm, try and get the palm flat if you can, and pushing down with the left. We're going to look up that long arm as we straighten up, stretching through the right side. Remember to keep breathing, take a couple of breaths. Try not to lean backwards or forwards. We're lengthening both sides of the body and change arms. Pushing up, reaching up to the sky and down to the earth. Get some length through both sides. We're not side bending with this. We're just reaching up and down. One more each side. Big reach up Straightening the arm if you can. Go to wherever you can get to. So if your reach up's going out at an angle, that's fine. Whatever's comfortable, don't force it up straight. Then drop in the arms. We'll stretch across the chest now, so it's the bow and arrow stretch, reaching out along with the right arm, point that finger. Try and keep this shoulder down if you can. And then we're going to pull back across the chest. That's your bow and arrow. Stretching, looking down to that pointed finger. And breathe. Drop the arms and same out to the other side. So pointing the finger out and pulling back across the chest. Should feel a stretch across the upper back, the front of the chest. Do one more each side. Stretching. And the other side. Drop the arms. Going to bring the arms out to the front, keeping the elbows soft, and circle those hands both in together. So nice open hands. We're circling at the wrist. And then we're going to go back the other way. So Mavis is asleep on the chair at the moment. Whether she'll come and join in like she did on Thursday or not, I don't know. It's possible. And making two fists, we're going to circle both fists in the same direction. So the wrists are doing all the movement. The elbows are staying fairly still. Try and be not too tense through your shoulders. Taking the wrists back the other way. So both circling the other way. And then stop the hands. We're going to stretch those fingers out nice and wide and bring them back into fists. Big stretch out through the fingers, back into fists. We'll do one more. Stretching out, much space between those fingers as you can. And then release. We're going to turn the right hand palm up, gently pull back on those fingers, straighten the arm if you can. Bring the arm lower or higher, wherever's comfortable for you. Should feel a stretch through the inner wrist and quite possibly at the top of the arm, the pectoral muscle up in here. If you're tight here, you might feel it there. Then changing hands, gently pulling back onto the wrist. Stretching out the inner wrist. This is really important because it's a stretch that you don't tend to do with whatever you're up to during the day. Most of the hand movements we do, your hands will be doing this all the time, even in rest are doing this. It's very rare they get stretched out properly and that inner wrist gets released. So a lot of the pain you get in your hands and fingers is because you're tight here. So do try and do that stretch as much as you can throughout the day. Heels of the hands into the back, lower back, kidney wiping. So we're pushing down and out, and this will really work those shoulders. Now again, I'll turn around for you. For anyone who's new, we're pushing the hands down and back. Now don't worry if one hand only goes here. Eventually, the shoulders will free up so that the hands will meet, and they will meet higher up and higher up. Pushing down now. So we're also then getting the blood, encouraging the blood into the lower back. All these muscles need to be pumped full of blood to do anything. Drop the hands to the side. I'm going to circle those hips round now. We've warmed the back up a little bit. Circling the hips round one way, keeping the feet flat to the floor so those ankles are really starting to move now. And then we're going to circle the hips back the other way. And we're moving down to the knees. So give those knees a really good rub, especially in the inside of the knee joint. Yeah, it's all in and around the kneecap, the top of the kneecap, and around the bottom. So again, we're trying to get the blood into our joints. And then if your knees are okay, fingertips on the knees will circle both knees inwards. If you've got problems with your knees, just keep rubbing them. And then circling the knees out. And then keeping the hands just gently resting on the knees. We're going to look up to the right, through the centre to the left. Looking up to the right and to the left. One side and the other side. You'll probably feel this up towards your bottom and the back of your legs and the hamstrings, especially if you're tight there. Then straightening back up. We're going to lift the right heel up and just circle that ankle round one way. Keeping the ball joints of the feet down on the ground. Oh, there's the other cat. You want to go out, don't you? And back the other way. I'll just let the cat out. There you go. Then changing feet. Going to lift the heel up, circling round one way. Try and get some flexibility in the ankle. And back the other way. Then dropping the heel down, take the right foot back half a foot forwards. And just lift and lower the toes. Very gentle calf stretch. And turning the foot out to the side so the legs in rotation, the knee and the foot pointing out. And lift and lower the toes again. And stepping back, taking the other foot very slightly forwards, lift and lower the toes. And turning the foot to the side, lift and lower. And I nearly forgot about the hips. We're going to do the heel tap in, so we're going to bring a foot up to the front, tap the heel with the opposite hand. So bringing the heel up to tap, 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 tap. Not bending the body forwards. So reach to close to the heel. Doesn't matter if you don't touch it. You might touch it sometimes, not every time is fine. And then bringing the heel up behind, exactly the same. So reaching the arm back, but not bending the body back. Just bringing those heels up. Tap, 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 tap. Then we're going to march through the feet. So we're marching on our toes, toes, heels, heels. Outside foot, inside foot, inside foot. Ready? Toe, toe, heel, heel. Out, out, in, in. 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 Couple faster. Toe, toe, heel, heel. Out, out, in, in. Toe, toe, heel, heel. Out, out, in, in. Right, that's the warm up. Hopefully everybody's warmed up. A little bit looser. I have to say, I am really, really loving these trousers. Oh, right. Oh, hi Maggie, nice to see you on board. Hi Margaret. So, we'll have a little breather, let you catch your breath back. For those who missed the very beginning, Lucy Lockets, I'm plugging them because they're a fabulous company. They do go up to some quite large sizes, so don't be put off and think it's all for skinny minis. The loungewear, which these legs are, they come in 3 different sizes. It is quite odd way of ordering, but it does seem to work. So the size I've got is a size 2, which go from a 14 to a 20, and they cover anyone within that range. There really is lots of room in these, but they're also not too voluminous on me. I would usually buy 16 to give you an idea. So size 1 must go for like tiny up to 12, and then size 3 that they've got in some of them must be 20 plus. So yeah, they're just so comfy. They're really nice. Not brave enough to go for the bra tops yet. I don't think anyone's ready for that. Thank you, Margaret. Yeah, love the trousers. Check them out on Lucy Lockets. Oh, I'd love to see Steve in a pair of these. They are unisex, by the way. Anyone can wear them, male or female. Okie dokie. I'm standing up while I'm still talking about my lovely trousers. I'll just lift the t-shirt up so you can see what's going on at the top. There is a lot of room here should you need extra in the stomach department, but they're so comfortable and fit beautifully, and you're not having to pull them up every 5 minutes either, which is quite nice, because some of the yoga ones I've got with these looser tops, you end up adjusting all the time. Hi Ange, hey, nice to see you. Everyone, Ange is on board. Right, we're into the shibashi. If you've missed the warm-up, then just do a little bit of a wiggle round, get those joints moving. And we're going to go for an 8 move set. I'm going to turn my music up a little bit more. So those of you that are relying on it, remember, if you've got Alexa or something, just say, Alexa, play Tai Chi music, and see what you get. Okay, feet facing forwards. Make sure you've got the feet nice and parallel facing forwards, about hip bone distance apart to start with. And we're just going to relax into Wuji. Slow the breathing down. Try and get into a relaxed state. Emptying the mind of all the worries and the stress. It's Monday, you're doing shibashi, sun's shining. We're all here, we're all well. It's good. Have a think about being relaxed through the bottom, gently tipping that pelvis slightly back. Nice open arm position. Inside of the elbows is facing to the side of the body, palms of the hands facing the front side of the thigh there. Relaxed, open hands. Make sure those shoulders are down and relaxed. Have a think about what your chin's up to. Make sure the chin is just nicely settled. It's not leaning the head forward and you're not throwing the head back. The jaw's relaxed. If you can, breathing in and out through the nose, but if that's difficult, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Think about that golden thread pulling you up nice and just that little 1/4 of an inch taller through the crown of your head. Keeping that spine in a nice straight position. And take some deep breaths. Okay, 70% effort for everyone, never overstretch, overreach. You shouldn't get out of breath at all doing this, and nothing should hurt. It should feel like it's working but no pain. And just double check as you go up and down that the knees never come forward of the toes. I'm going to step out to commence, at least shoulder width apart. Making sure those feet are facing forwards. Soften the knees. I'm going to breathe in on commence to bring the hands up. And breathe out to bring them down. Breathe Breathing in. And out. So we're going to try and go for about 8 breaths for each move. You should have quite a good idea of what the moves are and the order they come in, even if you're not too sure of the names still. Breathing in. And out. So gaze is forward and very slightly down. And think about getting the flow of these moves. So we're not clunky and robotic. Slowly moving with the breath. Going to change, broadening one's chest, so breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Step back a little bit. You can see my hands, hopefully. That's better. So again, the gaze is slightly forward and down. If you need to go a little bit faster than me to match your breathing, then do that rather than getting out to the top and waiting to catch up. Just trying to keep these hands and arms moving all the time. So as you get out, going to start coming straight back on that out breath. Totally lost count now, so we'll do one more. And then we're going to bring the arms up as we go into dancing with rainbow. So in breath and out breath. Turning the head from side to side. Eyes following the active hand as it comes over, sinking into the knee in the direction you're travelling. And out. Painting that beautiful rainbow. Last one, breathing in and out. And bringing the hands forward, drop, crossing at the wrist, breathe in, bringing them up and around, and then breathing out. So circling arms. And making sure if you need to look down to check those knees as you come down. It's more the bottom going slightly back, the pelvis tipping back. Keeping the knees back behind the toes. And if you need to make this circle smaller, last one, breathing in and out. Then hands come into the waist, palm up. Going to drop an arm back behind, going up and over on the in breath, pushing forward on the out breath. Twisting waist, swinging arm. Reaching forward with one arm, bring the other one up and round, about ear level. halfway through. Breathing in and out. And the last one, in breath and out. Arms coming to the side. We're going to breathe in, bringing them up and over. Breathing out for rowing a boat. Big breath in and out. Now your feet haven't moved at all since we started. Rowing a boat, really working those shoulders around. Backs of the hands facing back as you bring them up, and then the palms face down as you lower down, breathing out. So you're turning in that shoulder socket, breathing in and out. And we're going to move to holding a ball. So we're going to take right hand, right heel up. So you reach across and breathe out, coming back to centre. So it's a reach and a lower. Breathing in, lifting both heels if you can manage it. Breathing out. Eyes following that active hand as it comes across the body. The head's not dropping there, the head's staying still on the spine. It's just your eyes lowering as that hand comes back across the midline. Breathing in and out. Holding a ball, we do our last reach now over to the side, and then dropping the heels down. We're going to take both hands, looking back at the moon, or carrying the moon. Breathing out through centre, breathing into the side. And get that beautiful flowing movement. Remember, as you come back across the body, arms not too close, because you've got that big beach ball between the hands, and staying out from the torso. In breath. Last one now to the side, breathing out and then straightening back up through the centre. We're going to breathe in but carry on turning, keeping the knees soft, pushing the hand out, breathing in and out. Twist waist, push palm. Now you're twisting as far as you can comfortably go at that waist. You'll probably find again one side you'll have much more range than the other. Head staying still, the eyes follow that hand pushing out. And as you push out, don't straighten that elbow, keep the elbow soft. Still pushing into resistance. we're going to push out and change to playing with clay. So I'm going to turn that hand palm to face us and breathe in as we bring the arms around. Changing over to breathe out, coming back the other way. So top elbows always leading the way. And do check what those thumbs are doing. Halfway through, breathing in and out. Eyes are glued to the palm of that top hand, so that's where your focus is. As we come back to the side, we're going to step out for the side move. So dropping the arms, taking the foot, half a foot forward and turning it out. We're going out over the knee. Scooping the C, breathing in and out. Rocking through those feet. In breath and out. Gaze is forward. Make sure you're not throwing your body back too far. We're not pinging the chest forward. So when the arms come down, they're still in your peripheral vision. Lifting that back heel. And then lifting the front toe. Now remember, you can go lower and deeper if you're happy with it. And we'll change sides. So as the arms come down, we'll keep the flow going, stepping back with the foot and out with the other one. Off we go. And out. Breathing in and out. Making sure you don't lock out the top knee as you lift those toes. And it's a slow lower of that heel. Really working the legs and concentrating on our balance. Scooping the C. From scooping the C, we're going to stay this side and move to playing with waves. So it's both hands, keep that flow going. Breathe in and out. Breathing in, pushing the heels of the hands away. On the out breath. Fingers back, pushing away. Last one, pushing out. And as we bring those hands back to the waist, the foot stepping in to turn to the other side. Keep the flow going. Breathing out as you push away. In to come back. Moving slowly through those feet and legs. Really challenging the balance. Slow it down if you want to. Match your breathing. Breathing out and in. Out. in this side, we're going to spread in wings. We're going to turn the palms to face us and breathe in, bringing the arms back, out, going forward. Now remember, these hands don't meet. There's a good 12 inches hopefully between them, shoulder width apart when they come forward. And as you pull them back, keep them in your peripheral vision. Don't stick your chest forwards. Breathing in and out. Make sure those thumbs aren't stuck up in the air. And back to centre, arms coming wide to change sides, stepping back, changing feet. Breathing in and out. And focus ahead of you, very slightly down. Hopefully some of you are trying this outside. And we're going to come back to centre, breathing in, the arms come into the side, feet facing forwards, making our fists soft knees for punching. Punching out, breathing back in. Turning that fist as you punch forwards, so the whole shoulder's moving. And again, we're not straightening that elbow at all. If you can, coming out at shoulder height, if your shoulders allow it. Dropping the hands to the side, you're going to release the fingers, just take a little minute. Wiggle those fingers. We're going to do flying like a wild goose. So we're going to breathe in, coming up onto our toes. And out as we slightly lower, returning the hands to the side of the thighs. Breathing in. And out. Now we're going for a really slow lift and lower. Keep that flow moving beautifully with the breaths. Breathing in. And out. That slow lower of the heels should really be working the legs now. One more. And out. Then we're taking both hands, palms facing each other. Breathe in, bring them up, slightly back and around. Breathing out as you go down and then breathing in. Circling at the waist. Now if you need to, this is a smaller move, we're just going to bring the hands round. If you're doing this version, keep the head still and facing forwards. Change direction at the bottom. So those of you doing the full movement, keep going with the full movement. Breathing in from 3 o'clock through to 9 o'clock. And then out through the bottom of the movement. Try not to let that bottom out breath be too short. So circling arms like a spinning wheel. There's probably one extra, but we'll do it anyway. And dropping the hands. Now everyone's favourite, bouncing a ball. So just take a moment again, making sure those feet are facing forwards. Opposite knee to hand. In breath, that was. And then we'll do the out breath. Breathing in. Now remember, you've got options with this. Breathing out. So if you want to, just lift the heel. In breath. Out breath. If you can, bring that foot up into a knee float. We're looking at a right angle in the knee and keeping the foot a little bit flexed so it's not just dangling. And if you've mastered that, then bring that heel raise into the standing leg. It does get easier the more you do this. But it's not easy to start with. Last one. Then drop in the hands, check those feet facing forwards. We're going to press palms. So we're going to breathe in, palms of the hands facing up. Then turn in the hands as we push them back down. Breathing in till you get to about your nose level. Turning the hands, pushing back down. Straightening up through the legs slightly as you breathe in, and then a little lower as you breathe out. Remember, as the hands are coming up, they're a little bit further away from you, and then when they go back down on the out breath, they're slightly closer to the body. So we're creating again that rugby ball shape, the oval in front of us. No straight, awkward lines in this shibashi. It's all soft. And gentle movement. Last one, because I'm enjoying this. And out. Then we're going to step back in, bring the hands up. Into prayer position down through the centre line of the body. And then left and right hand onto the lower dantian, so just below that tummy button. Soften the knees. Make sure the feet are nice and relaxed. You feel nice and secure to the ground so you can feel the weight even through both feet. Pelvis very slightly back. Make sure the chin's not dropped forward, shoulders are relaxed, not holding any tension in the thumbs or the jaw. Close your eyes if you like to, and take some long deep breaths in and out. And as you breathe in, feel that stomach expand beneath your hands as you're letting all the muscles go. And as you breathe out, you're starting from the pelvic floor and squeezing that air out through your stomach until the lungs are finally empty. Take a big breath in and out. Breathing in and out. In dropping the arms to the side, Thank you all very much for joining in today. Yeah, that's worked out quite well, hasn't it? So we are going to just quickly wake you back up a bit so you come out of the Tai Chi zone. Hopefully you'll feel nice and relaxed. And you give the hands a really good rub together. So really, really like you're giving them a good pummeling, so you feel that friction and the warmth between the palm of your hands. And then we're going to take the palms of the hands and take all that lovely chi energy that we've been moving around the body, and we'll wash it into the face, all over the face, in and around the back of the neck. This does keep you young and beautiful, so the Chinese say. So we all need as much of this as possible. And then into the scalp, and give a good rub in and around. Get those fingers right in, like you're at the hairdresser's. Oh, I wish. And they're giving you a nice scalp massage. Oh, come back, hairdressers. Right, tap in outside of the arms, tap down both outside of the arms, and then tap up the insides. Good firm tap. Don't be afraid. Then take your feet slightly further apart. We're going to tap down the outside of the legs and up the insides, right up in between your legs. Don't matter if they're wobbling a bit there. Going to wipe outside arms and inside arms, and then we're going to wipe down the outside of the legs all the way down to the ankles if you can reach, and then down the insides. And that's it, you're done. You've done a Monday shibashi set. Let's sit down and have a little chat and see who's here. Ellie, hi Ellie. Genghis, I look like a hippie. Oh, thanks a lot, mate. I'm trying to transmit a chilled out vibe, so hippie's probably a good thing. We want to be calm and not stressed. Thanks, Sharon. Start halfway through. Oh, back's not so good today. What have you been up to? Gardening, Claire? Is it? Yeah, you take it easy. You do whatever your body feels it wants to do. So don't never ever force anything with this. Always do what you can. Lynn's there. Hi, Lynn. Jean, brilliant, brilliant. How's your balance today, Jean? I do miss seeing you, because the improvements in the balance have been quite amazing, and I know sometimes you feel a bit wobbly, but if you think about when we started, it's absolutely fantastic. Yes, so going for the hippie vibes. We want everybody to be chilled out. I don't think I'm going to start. Oh, I might put a hairband on next week, who knows. Only got the second half, but very good. Yeah, well, you can always go back to it. So once these videos go up and they're posted, you can do them every day, twice a day if you want. The actual set, some people do twice a day. I think it's recommended not to do it more than 3 times a day, but I can't imagine that any of my students are going to go for it that mad, but we shall see. Yeah, so yeah, I wouldn't go for more than that. Oh, dandelions, yeah. Have you got a kneeler? Get Peter to do it. Many thanks again, Sharon. Really enjoyed it. Oh, brilliant. No, I'm loving doing this. Obviously, I'd much rather be doing it back in the classes so I can see you all in person. But it is what it is. We're going with this, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's keeping me up to speed, because it makes me do my exercise as well. This is exercise. If you can combine it with something that's more cardio, in an ideal world when we're not locked down and shut down, if you manage the Tai Chi most days with at least a 20-minute walk or a swim, or I know a lot of my students here do line dancing, so the line dancing is good because that really gets your blood pumping. This does have an effect on your cardiovascular system, but it's not high intensity. So if you want something to really get moving, if you could add that in as well, that's brilliant. same with a bit of strength. Did you say Lucy Locket trousers? Yes, I did, Jane. Lucy Locket. She's on Facebook. The website's it is fantastic. There was a delay because there was shut down. Very proud of my Bristol Rovers ones. Bristol Rovers ones. Is that your trousers, Jean? You're going to have to post me a photo so I know what you're on about. Yes. Oh, I've forgotten what I was saying now. I've been distracted. Yeah. Bit of strength work as well. So especially with these ankles and feet, we're looking at flexibility and strength. 1 in 3 people over 65 are likely to have a fall. And as you all know, if that fall results in a hip getting broken, it can be the start of a real downward spiral on mobility, and it can have some really nasty consequences. So all the stuff we're doing now, we're sorry, I'm getting distracted by the comments. Mask, oh right, so you've got a mask, Bristol Rovers masks, right? I would like to see that. Yeah, it's really important that we keep the feet strong and supple, so that if you do have a fall, you're not going to hurt yourself so bad. If you don't hurt yourself so bad, you can recover better. We're still going to trip, we're still going to do silly things, but if you've got a bit more flexibility, if your feet are used to doing, let's get my foot up, if your feet are used to doing this and you suddenly ask them to do that really quickly, it might hurt, but it's less likely to damage it. If your feet are doing that all the time and they never get to do this, and you have an accident or an incident and you suddenly ask that foot to do that, then something's going to snap and do some serious damage. So I am really passionate about what we do with these exercises. Hopefully it comes across to you guys. It is important. It's people are living longer. We want to stay as active for as long as possible. It's absolutely no point living to 100 if you spent the last 30 years of it just sat in a chair watching Gogglebox or I don't know, whatever. It's to me, that's no life to live. You need to get out there and be able to do stuff. Now we can't get out there much at the moment, but we will be able to in time. And you want to be rare and fit. You want to be able to cope with anything. You don't want to be a seized up, mushed up mess. So hopefully doing the shibashi is really helping. And any questions, anything like that at all, then just ping me a message or phone me up. It's fine. Kat didn't join in today. She stayed on the chair. I think I don't know anybody else with cats. They're not very active at the moment in the daytime. I think they're doing an awful lot at night. So by tea time when I do Thursday, they kind of wake up a bit. So back at 5 o'clock on Thursday. Not sure what I'm going to do with you then. Might have a look at the shoulders bit, I think, because I know shoulders is most people's problems. There's so many muscles and so much mobility that and range that's needed in these shoulders, and a lot that is all working with itself to get that it's no wonder we get loads of shoulder problems. I do myself. So drink lots, have a good week, be very productive, even if it's just plotting what you're going to get up to in the future when you're allowed out to play again. And I will see you all again on Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me. Check out Lucy Lockets. I'm not on commission, I just think they're fantastic. And I'll see you Thursday. Bye.